Here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Come on, come on. Hey!
Throwing to start the drive. Castillo. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. McKenzie. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The Broncos at 500 at 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you get.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Franks. Throw left, and now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told. Was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay, and now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Gates with a grab. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On first down, it's McKenzie. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First catch of the Up the middle they go. McKenzie. That's 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
79 Broncos.
Operating from the gun, Castillo. Of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
On 2nd down, it's McKenzie. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This from 32 yards away. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go play action with Franks. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Chandler. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Here's Chandler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Now Chandler. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They run it with Chandler. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together, a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On second down now, it's Chandler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on first down. Chandler, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Setting up play action. Franks. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Ready.
On third down, it's Chandler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Franks. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Chandler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
It's Franks now from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Got it. Ready?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Castillo. And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Castillo. And that's complete to Gates. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Castillo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
We have played 3 quarters. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on, come on.
2nd down and 3. They run the counter. McKenzie. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit.
On the ready.
They run behind center with Conner. And he's got room. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Castillo now to throw on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll try and run the option. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
4th down, Frank's going to throw for it. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. On 1st down, Chandler, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he's going to get into the end zone. The two-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away from the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
14.
Now Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times it's about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterwards. I know he was trying to make a play, but that time he ends up drawing the flag.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Wilson to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal. Up the middle they go. It's McKenzie. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation. Now the try here for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.